When you think of spies, you probably imagine shadowy meetings in parks, or maybe coded messages hidden in newspapers. Well, forget all that. The world's most famous spy agency, Britain's MI6, is looking for new agents. And you won't believe where their new recruitment office is. It's online. So how on earth does that even work?
I mean, seriously, think about it. If you've ever watched a spy movie, you've got this picture in your head, right? A mysterious tap on the shoulder, a cryptic invitation. But is that really how it works anymore? In a world of total secrecy, how do you even get their attention?
Well, the answer is kind of mind-blowing. You just click a button. No, I'm not kidding. The Secret Intelligence Service is now openly asking people from anywhere in the world to get in touch through a new online platform. For an agency that's literally built on secrecy, this is a huge, almost revolutionary step.
The head of MI6 himself, a guy named Richard Moore, actually calls it their virtual front door. And let's be clear, this is not just some careers page. It is a secure, confidential portal designed for anyone, anywhere, to share information that could be vital to UK security or, to even offer up their own services as an agent.
The process they've laid out is pretty fascinating. It's designed to be simple but super secure. First, you make contact. Then you share what you know. But it's this third step that really gets you. MI6 explicitly tells you to cover your digital tracks. It's this stark reminder of the very real dangers involved if you're in a country where getting in touch with MI6 is, well, not exactly allowed.
Okay, so this whole online thing is a pretty big deal, but to really get why, we need to look past the James Bond movies and understand who MI6 actually is. So a lot of people get MI6 and MI5 mixed up, but the difference is actually really simple. Just think of it like this. MI6 looks outward. They're focused on gathering intelligence and dealing with threats outside the UK. Their sister agency, MI5, looks inward, handling security threats inside the UK. They're two sides of the very same national security coin.
So at its core, their whole mission follows this really critical path. First, MI6 recruits agents, and obviously their identities are a top secret. These agents on the ground provide what they call human intelligence. That's the raw info, the real insights. Then, back at headquarters, analysts piece it all together like a giant puzzle. And that finished puzzle, it goes straight to the government to help them make decisions that hopefully keep everybody safe.
Which brings us to a really important question. Why the big public push right now? I mean, why open this virtual front door after more than 100 years of operating from the deepest, darkest shadows? Well, the answer has everything to do with what's happening in the world right now.
The chief of MI6 has been surprisingly open about the threats that are driving this change. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is, of course, a massive concern, but he also points his finger at the complex activities of both China and Iran. In this new, chaotic world, just relying on technology isn't enough. They need more human insight, more people on the ground.
And this quote from a top government official really puts it all into perspective. For the government, intelligence isn't just something that's nice to have. She calls it their first duty. The entire game is about staying one step ahead of anyone who might want to do the country harm.
This whole public recruitment thing might seem super modern, but really, it's just the latest step in a very long, very slow evolution for MI6, an evolution that started in absolute, total secrecy.
Just let that number sink in for a second. 85 years. For 85 years, MI6 officially did not exist. It was created, it operated through 2 world wars, it ran countless secret operations, all before the British government ever publicly admitted it was real. And that didn't happen until 1994.
It's been a pretty incredible journey. From its founding, way back in 1909 as part of the Secret Service Bureau, it took all the way until 1994 for the government to go, okay, yes, they exist. And today, the agency is hitting another huge milestone. Blaise Matueli is about to become the very first woman to lead MI6. It's clear this is an agency that knows it has to change to survive.
And here's a fantastic piece of spy trivia for you. The head of MI6 is always known in public simply as C. And that's not just some movie thing, it's totally real. The tradition goes all the way back to the very first chief, a guy named Captain Sir Mansfield Cumming. He would just sign his documents with a single C written in green ink. And that one letter became this legendary code name.
So when you put it all together, what's the big picture here? What does all this mean? Well, it's really about this collision, the collision of one of the world's oldest professions with our crazy, hyper-connected modern world.
The currency, Richard Moore, really just sums it all up perfectly. He says that the basic craft of spying, building trust, getting secrets, that's ancient. But the world has never been changing this fast, and so they have to change with it. This whole online move isn't about throwing out the old playbook. It's about adapting so they can survive and succeed in the 21st century.
And all of this really leaves us with one final, powerful question. In an age of spy satellites that can read a license plate from space, an AI that can crunch billions of pieces of data in a second, why is MI6 suddenly doubling down on human spies? Their answer seems to be that for all our incredible technology, the secrets of human motivation and trust, well, those can still only be unlocked by another human. The rules of the game have changed, but it seems the players are now more important than ever.